The Gladiator Arena. Cape Town, South Africa, down 1-0 in the series. Down starting blindside Ethan Blackadder and Sammy Penny-Finau. Who does Razor turn to? The youngest player in his squad, 21-year-old Wallace Satiti. The critics were ready to savage Razor.
Satiti, now has he got the speed?
But how did Wallace go? We all know Wallace killed it. A few excellent performances later, Wallace had the whole rugby world watching him. After winning World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year, is Wallace set for a Jerome Kaino-like career? He's gone a long way to replacing Jerome. After stints with Liam, Squire, Akira Ioane, Shannon Frizzell and more, Razor might have found our man. As Wallace's legendary dad says, the easy part is getting into the All Blacks. The hard part, how long can he stay in the All Blacks? If you didn't already know, Lemalusimo Satiti is a Samoan rugby legend. He played 3 World Cups for Mano Samoa and captained them in 2003 and 2007. As the now famous story goes, Simo was playing in Scotland when Wallace was born. To honour his time in Scotland and his love of Mel Gibson's all-time great movie Braveheart, he named his son after William Wallace. After playing around the world with family in tow, the Satitis settled in Auckland. Teenage Wallace thrived at top rugby school De La Salle College. The South Auckland powerhouse constantly produces world-class footballers in both codes. Isaiah Toiava and Sir John Kerwin are the most famous All Blacks. But why did the Blues junior captain head to the Chiefs? Plain and simple, there was no room for him.
Picked up and taken forward, Satiti.
Why change something that's not broken? Akira Ioane, Dalton Papali and Hoskins Sotutu are a winning trio. So join the Chiefs, mana he did.
They go quickly from the base to the scrum.
Hoping to play one game this year, Wallace became the starting number 8. Little did we know this was the beginning of Wallace's rapid rise. The Chiefs made Wallace, D-Mac and Sean Stevenson the focal points of their attack. The Chiefs' new attack was so good they beat the top-ranked Hurricanes. Who was the star of the semi-final? Wallace, of course.
For McKenzie, straight across for Satiti. Boy, he's playing well here. He's going to give it a go at himself.
Demanding the ball, taking the tough carries, but also making the momentum-changing line breaks. The Blues shut out the Chiefs in the final. The winning trio of Akira, Dalton and Hoskins were too good. Wallace's All Blacks chances. After a nice debut against the Flying Fijians came a baptism of fire, and Wallace showed he was made for Razor's game. Nice square shoulders, his lightning quick first step, soft hands, one searing break.
McKenzie, back from Barrett, and Satiti busting a hole through the middle. Williams.
But what's been the key to Wallace's breakout season? Like the Chiefs, Razor put Wallace in the best positions. The tough, brutal tackling was left for Sam Cane, Artie, and the tight forwards. But the wider channels, that's where Wallace excels. Wallace is built like your prototype modern day Lucy, 115 kilograms, over 6 foot. But it's the lightning quick first step that makes him special, but how he uses that step is even more impressive. He's hard to mark one-on-one. Eben, who's quick for his size too, gets caught flat-footed. Eben and Sia have the elusive Mark Tellier out the back. Wallace does Eben on the inside. However, it's excellent work by the box not overcommitting to mark. Easy scramble for the world champs, then a 5-minute breather for someone in green shoelace. But when there's no space, Wallace cleverly uses his quick feet. He commits a full shoulder tackle, but his footwork slips his hips and shoulders past. If that's not enough for the offload, at minimum, it's a quick ruck. What else does that do? It preserves Wallace's energy for runs later in the game. He's an 80-minute player. Bledisloe won, not fully convinced he's the man for the job. Wallace stamps his mark on the number 6 jersey. Again, in the slightly wider channels, one long dart from the ruck. Wallace's quick feet allow him to avoid being dominated by a set wallaby line. When Wallace needs to, he puts his head down. Good variety to keep the defenders interested. A nice wrinkle to the All Blacks defensive line out. You see Scott Barrett and Aksafo Amwa lifting Wallace, something they've done all season. The back 3 line out forwards pick Lucan to be the jumper, then a nice quick lift from the 2 most unlikely lifters. Panga Amosa's throw is too short Easy pickings for Wallace. Standard forward play nowadays, you see the halfback hitting a forward with options left, right, and behind the back. The All Blacks got Wallace throwing some of these in Cape Town. Dangerous for the Wallabies. They know Wallace has excellent hands. Here, Wallace does an excellent job finding his depth. He accelerates at the right time. They know the Wallabies are beaten for numbers. But who's he got on the outside? His gun finisher, Caleb Clark. Again, Wallace knows he's a massive threat. He's the alpha in this matchup against Noah. Hit the gas at the right time. Easy draw and pass. But the pass, it's the lateness. The ridiculous wrist strength. Lolesio has no choice but to respect the running threat and can't slide off. Wallace's pass is so late, Noah has no chance to turn and chase. Geordie and Wallace aren't running at full pace. Excellent catch and pass rugby. The question with running and passing rugby is, how many chances will you get? In the biggest games, the likes of the Box in France seem to have the winning knack. They slow the game down, take long drinks breaks, and seem to run over the top of the All Blacks late in the games. Full credit to them for pushing the rules to the limit. Does Wallace's 80-minute game work? Well, Hunter Paisami put the theory to the test.
Australia needing to find 11 points.
But if support running late in a game is an indicator, here's how he went.
In on Clark, and now Clark gets through, frees it up, down the left, you want it, back it comes to...
Could he top the line breaks and line-out steals in Bledisloe too? He was even better. Here he is, the focal point of this set play. Wallace and De Groot run a solid unders line. The key is they both don't overplay their hand. De Groot absorbs the contact first, looks for his support, and Wallace hits the acceleration perfectly. Again, we see the excellent wrist strength and late hands. TJ Perenara is through, but this line break try assist is the highlight of the year for me. In broken play, the All Blacks hold their runs. What this does is force Paisami not to cheat. The Wallabies are outnumbered, but on the outside it's the freakish Rako Ioane one-skip ball from Wallace. The Wallabies have to respect Rieko's speed, but what else do they have to respect? Wallace's excellent hands. But what does Wallace do? Straight away he gets the ball in both hands, immediately a signal to pass. Then, that freakish first step, it commits Paisami to help his prop. Wallace's lightning quick feet, he steps to Bell's inside shoulder. Paisami's fully committed, then bang, and what do we have? Wallace has sucked in 3 Wallabies and gets the offload. Half the All Blacks backline are running full steam downfield. From here it's a chance game. Chip, kick, pass, run and offload. Anton Leonard Brown throws a dart Tom Brady would be proud of. Again, Razor and Clayton McMillan are putting their young gun in the best positions. They're maximising his skills. Excellent feet, size, late hands and offloading. I can't think of a flanker in World Rugby doing what he does. Truly world class. On defence, Wallace hits hard enough to make the opposition respect him, not that fearsome shot that we expected from Kaino or even Peter Steph du Toit, but his feet and great body positions, that's what makes runners respect him. Quick ad break. Get your brand new 2024-2025 All Blacks jersey. Click this QR code on screen or click the link in the description. You'll go straight to the All Blacks shop to purchase. How would our young superstar go in the white-hot pressure of Twickenham? Wallace starred with a man-of-the-match performance. The try assist to open the All Blacks scoring.
With this tough English defence, Satiti, nice offload, got it away to Talia! Mark Talia!
Again, the elite acceleration is the dream scenario for the All Blacks. England fullback Furbank up in the line. Tommy Freeman flies out to stop Wallace. But like Kobe or Jordan, they don't rely on doing everything full speed. The best offensive players have counters to their counters. They lull you into a false sense of security. Getting Freeman to fly out is exactly what Wallace wants. The Chiefs combo, Cortez Rotima's pass guides Wallace to the outball, and by the time Wallace is in his third stride, his hips are already past Freeman's collapsed body. All the force in Freeman's tackle is gone. England's blindside D's been beaten by the pass and the footwork. Furbank jams hard, he thinks he's got the offload covered, but what happens? He completely misses the ball. He only gets hips and is too small for Wallace. No fullback in place, it's Ellis Genge on Mark Talia. Try time. Again, Wallace's feet and skills are so quick, he's beating his defenders to their spots. He's got counters to their counters. It's like watching professional scorers in the NBA like KD and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The only way to stop the All Blacks' attacking mastery is to slow the game down, take the long drink breaks and try to bash them enough to win. But put in enough desperation tackles like
Barrett
these,
hands it on for Satiti. He's got pace. Pops it up for Open.
and it'll go a long way. This searing line break, again, it's Wallace's excellent depth. The English fly out and are fully committed. Wallace's insane speed off the mark, swerve, step, and an excellent covering tackle by the big prop stops him. This is where the All Blacks have struggled for many years. The line breaks are always there, but it's what happens after that. Tom Curry runs a great scramble line. Sure, England within seconds are in their own 22, but the forwards know that they only needed one max effort to stop the All Blacks line break. That's where the All Blacks have improved over the year, playing more direct and committing the opposition forwards, playing through the D, not trying to run around everyone. But was it enough to beat Ireland at home? It was. The All Blacks attack played more direct than in South Africa. Wallace was again a menace at the line out.
And that's where Satiti gets in and pinches the ball.
And Satiti's line out ball. Mackenzie to the line.
But the Irish try, I'd say Wallace could have got a shoulder in. He would have stopped the try. On this occasion, the All Blacks try. Oh, you can see how they're finally able to solve the rushing D-Mac with the slow feet. He sets up the draw and pass, but where's Wallace? Yet again, waiting for the big carry. The threat of Wallace and Rieko is too much. They draw the tired Irishman in. The result, Will Jordan in the corner. So how would Wallace go at number 8? We found out against France. In a tight match, Wallace showed us his corner flagging best, steals, line-out wins, roaming the outside channels. Another excellent game. Wallace and Ardie played left and right. For the first time this year, Ardie was roaming the wide channels.
Hey, Savia stayed out on the left. Caleb Clark's got it. Now Savia set it. Back in field he goes.
Wallace showed crazy acceleration on D. Excellent sliding to shut down French breaks.
For France, Dupont gets a nice inside ball away.
But in the close quarters, tackling the hulking French tight forwards, that's where Wallace struggled.
And now here's a good pass away to Big Miafu. And the lock thunders into the 22. Look at the power.
The All Blacks, despite having the most ball and attacking chances, couldn't get it done. Sure, there were plenty of strange calls and extremely generous scrum decisions, but where to from here?
Cologne under pressure again.
France did an excellent job of slowing the All Blacks down. The All Blacks, when they needed to play the short, easy passes, looked for the glamorous pass instead. Exactly what France wanted, but at ruck time is where France did the damage. As we've spoken about before, Super Rugby and European refs, it feels like the All Blacks are transitioning from NRL to European Rugby.
Savia, they're trying to hold him up here, but he's got a knee on the ground.
But that leaves us with so many questions. Razor's got the gun attacking players like Wallace, great scrum, and developed a world-class line-out, but we can't generate enough quick ball, can't turn enough possession into points. Wallace's season personifies Razor's season, some great success but plenty to work on. What about Razor's strategy of running and passing rugby? It looks like it's here to stay, but the All Blacks have to somehow expect all the 50-50 calls to against them, do all the ball in hand, beautiful running rugby, and then somehow adjust enough to the referees' interpretations on the day. It's a ballsy strategy by Razor, just as ballsy as picking his 21-year-old gun Wallace to start every game since Cape Town. And us All Black fans, we're behind our boys for every minute. Let us know what you think of Wallace's game. Apart from some bigger shots on D, he's not the new Jerome Kaino or Samo Satiti, he's the one and only Wallace Satiti. I hope you have a blessed day.